welcome on back to the Anchorage where everything is awesome and not only awesome, but elite. Here's why. Yaru not gonna believe this. Sometime back, out in the world of Linux Mint, version 20, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we had this theming option called Yaru Olive Dark. And it looks awesome. And I wanted to use it in Linux Mint Debian Edition, which is what I use. Wasn't available. I'm like, all right, it's somewhat new-ish, so maybe it'll be in LMDE 6. So Linux Mint 21 came out, and that's the Ubuntu flavor. Ubuntu, Ubuntu, however you want to pronounce it. I say Ubuntu because when I was introduced to it, it was said like that, and it stuck. So there we go. Anyhow, so Linux Mint Debian Edition 6 came out, and so I looked, and it's not there again. I'm like, seriously? Well, I recently just got my my virtual machines back up and running, and so I've got both Ubuntu and I've got Debian Edition out there. So I want to show it to you so you can see it and see where I'm coming from. So why don't we take a look at that? Okay, so we're out here on Linux Mint 21.3. So we've got that going on, and so if we happen to look down here in the taskbar area, we've got an icon for folders, for files, and this happens to be Yaru Olive Dark. And so why don't I actually go into theming, and we can see it. There it is right there. So, and we've got Mint Wide Dark on the taskbar. We've got Mint Wide Dark for applications, you know, the buttons up top. We got the Bibata Modern Classic arrow, mouse pointer, doodad, so whatever. So to kind of give a little bit of a better demonstration, I will go into files and we can see them right here. I mean, look at this. This is fantastic. So I'm actually going to switch it over. Actually, I'll show you in LMDE because I'll be going through it. So this is Yaru Olive Dark, and you know I'm not one for gradients as far as color goes and stuff like that. However, this is the exception because it was done very, very well. It's very gradual. It's very green, and I just happen to like it a lot. This is really the way to go. So, and you know, how do we know this is 21.3? There we go, 21.3 cinnamon. So why don't we switch over to Debian Edition, and I'll show you what's going on out there. We are now out on Linux Mint Debian Edition, and how do we know that? I will go to System Info, and there it is, LMDE 6 Fay. Okay, and you can see we've got the green up here, you know. And down here, we've got this. Now, this is a very good theming. However, you know, this is not what I really want to be using. There's too much green. There's nothing really giving it its flavor. You know, it's a great flavor and everything. I have no complaints with it. It's just, I found something a little nicer. And that would happen to be the Yaru Olive Dark. So if we were to go to theming, here we go to advanced. And if I go into, let's say, the icons, because this is primarily what I want, go into here and we see it all over here on the right. If we go down, well, there's Mint Y Yaru right there. Okay. Where's Yaru Olive Dark? It's not there. Well, it wasn't put in there. So I went out. When was this? Back in November. Hey, when, meaning the approximate date on, can LMDE users receive the Yaru Olive Dark folder icon theme? Well, a month later, nobody had responded, so I'm like, anyone? So then this Jolly Roger guy says, in application manager of LMDE 6, there are Yaru theme version 22.10.3-1. See screenshot out of Imgur. I don't use Imgur because it's Imgur. While in the Debian site, there is a deb package version 2304-1. Here's the link to it. See according to your needs. That is no help. None whatsoever. You know, show me a picture of something. That's no help. Here's where you can get it. That is no help. Now, this other guy, T42, who is this? I don't know. I'm not logged in, so I can't see. But anyhow, he said, I think LMDE user can install Yaru from Synaptic. C. Okay. So here's the picture. I am going to full screen that so it'll be a little bigger. All right, so system settings, we get this Yaru Olive Dark. There's the icon. And of course, then the Cinnamon Willow Grove, that's for that one, but this is the one I was talking about. And this one kind of helps out too. And then down here is the Synaptic Package Manager. And Yaru. Okay, the one that's circled is the Yaru theme gnome shell. Okay, now I'm not a regular user of the Synaptic Package Manager. Okay, so I come down here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things for Yaru, and I see these 3 with the green. Okay, fine. Not sure what that meant. These 2 are white. Not sure what that meant. But I see a circle or a box around Yaru theme gnome shell. So, as someone that does not use the Synaptic Package Manager regularly / at all, this box tells me that's the one I need. So, okay. So I went out and let's see if I can get out of that. Okay. Encountered an error via Synaptic. It did not install properly. I'd like to install a pre-built theme versus doing it the long way, which may not work at all. / That's what happened. I installed this one and it didn't work at all. I encountered an error / it didn't work. Okay. So that was way back then. Ooh, that was in December. All right, so 3 months have gone by. And I decided to take another look at it. So I looked at it and I'm like, okay, maybe if these are green or lit up or whatever, different colors than anything else, you know, they're not check marks. There's no check marks. So how do I know if it's installed or not? Or if it's even marked to be installed or not? There's nothing there. It's just a box with a color in it. What does that tell me? Nothing. So I went back out to Package Manager and tried to figure it out. And ultimately, I did. So why don't we throw that up here? So we'll go Synaptic Package Manager, and I throw in my super secret password, which is definitely not 123. So here we go. Here we go. Here is the Synaptic Package Manager. You can see all of this stuff. Well, I need to find Yaru. Where's the search? There's no search up here. There's no search down here. There's no search down here. I'm going to edit, and I found it in there. So I throw it in there, and it searches, and bang, there it is. So there they all are, and they are all white. So this is, let's see, the GNOME shell, probably the runtime, GTK theme from the Ubuntu community, the icon theme, sound theme, the Unity theme. Just as a, let's cover all the bases. Well, I clicked on that and it asked for a mark for installation. Okay. You know, this is great and everything, but I want to be able to mark these and not have to do this extra step here. You know, if I wanted all of these, I'd want to do it on a right click. So there we go. Either way, I've got them all marked, so let's apply them. That was just an assumption when I originally did it, so let's do this. Apply the following changes. Last opportunity to look through the list, to be installed, unchanged, whatever, go for it. And it will download the package files, and it will install it. So let's let that happen. Okay, the changes are applied. So I'm going to leave that unchecked. So I'm just going to close that, close this. So let's go back into theming and see if it's there. Go to advanced, Mint Y, scroll down. There they all are. What do you know? And if I click on Yaru Olive Dark, there's that. And what do you know? It took. There we go. So let's go up here. Let's have some fun. Well, we got all the Yarus up here. So I'll need to find Yaru Olive Dark. It's this one. We should have these populated, but whatever. So there it is. And there we go. So there we are. And we can see the changes somewhat. Let's see. Let's switch these out. Let's see. Mint, wine, dark. Is there anything here? I don't see anything Yaru, so I'm not going to worry about it. Ibada. Let's go to Yaru. Why not? And there we go. Okay, so let's click on this. What do you know? It worked. There you go. So I've got it. There we are. And if we go in, well, I don't have any documents, so I can't go there. Like, no downloads, no music, no pictures. There's nothing there. Public, nothing out in public. Templates, nothing out in templates. Videos, nothing in videos. So either way, this is what I wanted to see. So there we go. And there we go. There you are. You know, like I was saying, I'm really not into ingredients, but Yaru Olive Dark is fabulous. And there's no easy way to put it in there. Meaning, it's not already in the theming window. So Linux Mint didn't take it and port it over from 21 over to LMDE, to Debian Edition. So that's on them. And my personal take on that is a poor job on theme porting. Not a good thing. There was a workaround, but it was a workaround nonetheless. So shouldn't have to be a workaround. So you may want to fix that. Really good. I've already gone in on Solaria, my LMDE machine, and I've already gone into Synaptic and installed it via Synaptic. Do I want all those other colors? Myself, I don't need them. I don't want them. But in either sense, I don't need to use them. I would like the ability in there to remove those, you know, all those extra colors and all those other theme options and stuff like that. So that's on Linux Mint. So, it's complete the job, complete the work. You started it, but you didn't finish it. So yeah, that's kind of like half butting it. So you only did half the work. So you have to do the rest of it. And will we actually get that? Probably not. I don't have much faith in it. I'll put that in there. Why? Because they have an OS to maintain and continue working on the next version, which makes sense. But if you're going to do the theming, go all out and do the whole thing and complete what you started, because you only did half the job. So that's it. So, yeah, it took me a long time, longer than I should have. I should have just click, 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 done. Was it a workaround? Yeah. It was click, click, tip, tip, tap, 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 click, 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 done. But all of that shouldn't be necessary. So fix it. You can do it. Anyhow, that's this edition of Text Quest, and I hope that you enjoyed it and learned a little something. And yeah, thank you very much. Skål. Drink to victory, like I am about to.
A toast and a thunder and